we're doing this. We put an AC compressor in the truck. I had done a tutorial below or above, depending on how I upload these. Just basically on how to put the oil in the compressor before you put it back in the truck. But also in your kit, you're going to get these O-rings that come with the compressor. And if you're having a leak in your system, this is a kit that you can buy, and you can potentially replace these. One of these O-rings is bigger than the other. One is going to be for your high pressure port, and one is going to be for your low pressure port. And you will know by the size in them. You'll see one is actually bigger than the other. Okay, and so it really can only go on one way in there. You'll know you got it wrong once you go to try to put it on. Now, the way that you want to do these, I'll show you. Start with this line here, for example. These go to into the top of your compressor. All right, it looks like that. You had taken a nut off of here when you took these off the compressor. But if you look underneath, that is where, if you can see it, there's the one O-ring, and here's the other piece right here. Okay, so to get that off, you're really just going to get a little pick. And this is going to be hard to do with one hand here, but you're going to put it under this little O-ring first. And it's okay if we rip it, because we're putting a new one on. And we just want to, if I can do it with one hand, I did. Come on, there we go. And that takes off our other O-ring. Now, you can just size that up with the one in the package, and you'll know that that O-ring goes onto that port. We line up our O-rings right there, and that looks to be the right one. This one is way bigger than that one. So we're just going to set that aside for now, because we still have to get our other seal off of here. This you can basically push down with some pressure. There you go. And that will pop right off of there like that. And both sides are pretty much the same on here when you're putting them back on. Alright, now set that down, and see, that's where your new one's going to go. That one is a little bit bigger than that one. So that one, there we go. That's the one that goes with that one. Now, before we go putting this back up here, you can carbon choke cleaner or something to try to clean up a lot of this gook on here, and get yourself a whether it be a toothbrush or a little wire brush. Don't go digging into this too much, because you don't want to affect the seal of your O-ring when you put it back on. But you want to get all this cleaned up off of here before we go ahead and put those back on. Got my rag in there, so now I'll go ahead and let's spray some cleaner on there. Alright, and I can go ahead and pull that rag out of here right now. And I got a small little wire brush here. I'm just going to get in there really lightly and try to clean some of that stuff off, and then probably spray again, wipe it down just till I get it back to nice and smooth and clean. Alright, now that I got the surface clean, what I'm going to do is we want to try to lubricate these up a little bit. So I'm going to use the actual PAG oil that came, well, it didn't come with it, but I bought for it. And I'm just going to put a little lubrication on it. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can do this with one hand and film it. But we're going to slide this back up. Alright, okay. There we go. I was able to push that up there with one hand. And that one's on. Now what we'll do is, I'm going to put a little bit of that oil on here, on my finger, wipe it on here, and then we'll get the O-ring that we had, the right size, and we'll put a little bit of oil on this, just to lubricate it up. Can you see that? There we go. I'm going to take this O-ring, and I'm going to try to push it up around with my thumb. Sorry if you can't see. One-handed here. There it is. It slid right on. So that's it. And that's what you do with those those new seals that come in your kit. And we got one more port to do, but you'll do that the same way. So hopefully this tip helped you out. If it did, guys, please hit subscribe below. Give me a like, and I'll see you on the next job.